Welcome back, new viewers and Game Bros. It's time for a new episode of the new Super Mario Bros. Wii playthrough. And today, we're at Mount Fuji over here. And we're gonna go through World 6, starting with World 6-1. Let us begin. And I got 99 lives. I had to get a few extra off screen after that unfortunate castle level. But anyways, starting off this here level, we have a new type of spike enemy. This time, they throw spikes vertically downward instead of sideways like the ones back in World 2. Now what will this give us? Ice fire, we don't need it. You can actually kill these guys straight from the top like that. Thankfully with the propeller mushroom, this is completely trivial. And these are very similar to what we saw back in 4-4, I believe? No, it's 4-2, I think that had those little sideways platforms. That have you mountain climbing. Alright, you even have bullet bills in this level. I mean, judging by the coin motion, you can tell the game kind of wants you to jump downward, but I'm not going to worry about that. Throw that. You know, that works too. There's a hell of a lot of bullet bills on screen, though. Alright, let's be careful. Very good. Alright, now the bullet bills off screen. We gotta be down here like this. Just so Mario doesn't get his finger. Well, hopefully Mario doesn't get his fingers crushed. And we'll go sideways like this. I guess we're forced to go sideways for most of this. We can make things faster before the spike gets us. If I remember correctly, I start going up here. Okay. Now let's wait for a bit till he vomits that up. That has to be very bad for those spikes. I mean, I guess there's something in their anatomy that allows them to spit up spike rocks or spike balls like that. Maybe they just have really strong iron stomachs, who knows. But that cannot be healthy for them. Yeah, I see this here. Another thing that I really think, as I stated in the previous episodes, was meant specifically for multiplayer, because I don't think you're able to get all these by yourself in single player. Just don't think you'd have enough time for it. Like I need any more lives yet, as I thought. But I'll take this ice block with me as a souvenir at least. Yay! Oh, I'm sad. I don't have my ice block anymore. Oh well. I slide down here for safety reasons. Because if I remember correctly, because I went through there, and I'm missing a star coin. We're right over there. We don't enough right in the middle there, but it does encourage the player to kind of avoid the bullet bills that come along the way from the right side of the screen. Now let's go down here. Alright, if you're fast enough, you can get these red coins with ease. Alright, let's wait for that bullet bill to get out the way. Oh no. I wasn't fast enough. Oh well, that's fine. I gotta go sideways like this. Given just enough time to go up here. Jump up here, keep climbing. You know what they say, every day you're just surviving, keep climbing the mountain. Even when you feel like dying, keep climbing the mountain. Didn't think of that song until just now, actually. I always sing that anytime you're on a mountain, kids. Oh well, there goes my propeller. And I get a star in exchange. Can't get mad at that. Kind of. Maybe. I don't know. And for some reason, I'm missing my hat. Which actually happens when you have 99 lives. Another reason to get all that. If I remember correctly, I think there was a star coin up there. Am I wrong? Maybe not. I missed one of the star coins. Oh, wait. Because it's one of... Ah, it's right over there. And I can't get that without propeller. If I actually... Wait, is there a secret passage up there? I think there is. If I remember correctly, I think so. Let's go get it. I think I have enough time just to go over here. Yes, I do. Alright, we can wall jump our way up here. We just gotta be very careful. No, that's okay. Now let's be very slow with these spikes. Oh, we got a one-up like we need it. Alright, let's go through here. At least without those spikes there, this is a lot easier to get through. Alright, I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to get up there. I think you need a circuit board pipe to get up there. No, whatever. Once again, we'll just get that off screen.
Yeah, Mario time.
And it's weird how Mario still has his hat put on animation there, yet he's not wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Alright, now that unlocks us 2 stages. One of which is probably one of my personal favorite stages in this game from my childhood. But let's eat a mushroom first that totally wouldn't poison us in real life. And go on to 6-2. Alright, it's another cavernous level. So we just need to go over here, get a few extra coins, and this little lip is over here for literally no reason. I guess just to allow the player to wall jump through there a bit easier. So, okay, it does have a reason. So now we're in a cave area much like 1-2 that starts off with a piranha plant going our direction, and one of the gimmicks is spinning spinies. You could even use these to launch at other opponents. And a lot of piranha plants this level as well. Ow. One thing is that you're definitely going to do a lot of these guys. The only way you're going to be able to kill them and get rid of more of them is if they ram into each other, as you saw earlier. And we also have giant piranha plants in case those little ones weren't enough for you. In case you want a real good piranha plant salad, here you go. Imagine a salad made out of Venus flytraps. Maybe you shouldn't imagine that. Alright, so we're definitely gonna need one of those spiny shells, that being this bad boy sitting over here. And the laws of physics apply to him since he moves slower going uphill than downhill. Alright, let's bounce off of it so we can pick it up and shoot it at that block sitting over there. It's best to shoot it in this direction. Ow, you know what, that's okay. And thankfully we can move up here like this. You can still go down there even if you're a mini Mario. Alright, let's go get that there checkpoint. Pretty early in level for that. Also, I have 69 coins. Nice. And that takes a hit again. But give us a mushroom. I toss him in there. Let it ricochet off that wall. I said let it ricochet off that wall, and then duck in here. Get those extra coins. Now we get a few extra coins. Yeah, if I remember correctly, we got ourselves a 1-up, not that we need it. And I think right here is actually a death zone. Oh wait, never mind. Once again, actual decent game design. Don't let the player get trapped down there, actually allow the player to get out of it. Instead of giving them like a cheap death, you know? Oh, come on. Alright, this slope is perfect for us to kick those Goombas, but judging by how close they are to the edge, might not be the best way to kill them. And right now, can't get to that because I think we need ice for that, which we do get in this level if I remember correctly, but we're Mini Mario right now, so we can't do that. Alright, now we have swoopers, just like in 5-2. Or as I like to call them back in elementary school, Golbat. Because I remember at the time I was playing quite a bit of Pokemon Gold as well on my brother's old Game Boy Color that I do still have, actually. But anyways, give me the power of the stars. And it allows us to go through that there exits, I think. Actually, there's still more to the stage. We ain't done yet. Again, Mr. Spiny Boy out there. Yeah, I'm not getting this one. Oh well. Uh-oh, Sledge Bros. Oh, that's okay. Need to go get some of those previous items anyway. Alright, eat another mushroom. Alright, starting at this here checkpoint. Alright, let one of these spinies go. Alright, let's get our ice flower. We're gonna need that for one of the later star coins. Good. Hit you out the way. Freeze. Give ourselves a little ice souvenir. It broke again. I'm sad. Alright, get a nice little trick shot right there. And now teach those Goombas. Okay, never mind. Alright, this will be our souvenir. I broke it again. Alright, let's get rid of these piranha plants over here. Alright, if I remember correctly, you can actually go into this here warp pipe, and it'll shoot you upward. Not like we really need to anymore. Alright, never mind, it doesn't do that. Alright, now we gotta deal with Goldbat again. Just like most... Alright, never mind, it stays in the air. I could have sworn at some point it was similar to the blow pills. When you freeze them, they stay stationary in the air. But no. They are affected by gravity. I'm not gonna get that star again, don't need to. I run past all the Goldbats. And we actually get all the coins this time. Giveth me the one-up that I so desire. Alright, now, like I was saying before, I unceremoniously died right over there. The Sludge Burrow is a new type of enemy, and pretty much the only level we ever see these guys in. They're very similar to Roy and a later Koopa will be fighting, in the fact that anytime they ground pound, and Mario happens to be on the ground, they'll stun him. So we've defeated them, and their hammer's also much larger too, so you have a bit of a harder time dodging them because of it. Alright, let's move out of the way of the Spiny, and I think that's the last time we see them for the rest of the game. Am I wrong about that? I don't remember, to be honest with you. But this level is cleared. And we have our hat back. I guess because we started the level without 99 lives. And now his hat is gone again. Man, Mario, you really need to take better care of your hat, dude. You're losing it too much. Anyways, you might think we'd go over to 6-4 over there, but I want to go to 6-3 first. And this is another underground level, though different than the previous one we just did. And this time there's a lot of warp pipes. And a lot more piranha plants. And now the gimmick of this level is raising water levels. Yeah, I know, not the most interesting. But it can be pretty decent, at least in my opinion. Alright, there is a lot of fire that we can get in this level as well. Let's just wait for this piranha plant to go downward. Get a neat little fire flower. And unlike most normal enemies, just like those giant Goombas in World 1, piranha plants will take a certain... well, the giant ones, I mean, will take up to 3 hits to kill with fireballs. So just spam your fireball attack, and you shouldn't have an issue with them. Alright, well, I'll jump right off there. And you can get that star coin. And now those enemies right over there with the blue shells on them are known as Buzzy Beetles, like we saw in the Mario RPGs. In this game, they're actually immune to fire. So you can spam those fireballs all you want, and it make a lick of difference. Alright, increase water level, well, that's through here. Let's kill this giant piranha plant. We can still make our way up here even without the water, as you can see right over here. Just a little easier with the water if you are a bit faster. Alright, let's not hastily slide down here, because I think... Alright, there was no Buzzy Beetle down here, no big deal. Alright, just like the Spinies in the previous level, let them fall to the ground. They'll even end up killing themselves, like that. Nice little way to kill them. Alright, let them drop there. There we go, now collect the nice little coins down here, if you want to. That one we will not deal with, just so we don't randomly get hit. Also bending the laws of physics and the fact that, once again, we're shooting fire underwater. Some SpongeBob level logic right over there. But anyways, let these guys move over here, and they're killing themselves. And as I get myself hit, just in time for another giant piranha plant to show up. Awesome. This is wonderful. Anyways, if I remember correctly, if we wall jump up here manually, there's a neat surprise for us. Yes, there is. That being apparently a warp pipe we emerge out of, yet we went upwards on our own accord. So I guess off-screen Mario went into a warp pipe is what this is implying. But anyways, we can go back down here, this time with the power of pyrokinesis on our side. Alright, let that Buzzy Beetle kill him. Those guys fall there and end each other's lives. Alright, and kill him as well. Now that he's out the way, 3 more hits is all we need. Alright, we need to raise the water level somehow, and hey, look at that, those elongated piranha plants we saw back in World 5. Alright, wait for them to be beyond that platform, and you'll be able to kill them pretty easily. Alright, now I'm gonna go back over here for a sec. Thankfully the enemies do not respawn. Since we are big, we can break these blocks over here. And if you saw before when we were in that previous room, there was a star coin up there. So let's wall jump our way over here and grab our third and final star coin for the level. Finally, this prize is mine. If you wanted to be greedy, you could get another firepower, but I don't think you need to. Alright, now spam a flamethrower right in front of that piranha plant's face. And finish up the rest of the level. Right. I think his hitbox is just past that little bridge there, and I don't want to take an unnecessary hit. Alright, just jump through here. Elgato doesn't like what's on screen, it seems, because it's getting a little laggy. Alright, just be careful what you're jumping over here. No need to kill them if you do not want to. Though maybe it is a little easier to do that. This will cause the water level to rise. We gotta be quick, because this is how we get out of the level. In fact, we were low enough not to get hit by the piranha plant. Right, we can still wall jump our way out of here, because the walls are just close enough that we won't need the water for that. So don't be that quick, I guess. Just quick enough to at least get up to that those little walls. Right, we can see where the piranha plants are coming out of. Makes me wonder how that one's hiding when it's in midair, but okay. And that is 6-3 completed. Mario, you're not wearing a hat. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Alright, with that being said, we go on those warp pipes, and now we can make it to the castle level, or the dungeon level. But we're not going to go there just yet. I want to go to 6-4, which is probably another one of my personal favorite levels in this game. Or at least just like some of the levels in World 3, this was some of my little sister's personal favorite levels as well, and you'll see why. As the little overworld hint at of the enemies that we'll run into in this level. Y'all remember moles, right? Because Monty Moles are the name of the game here, and we have ourselves the best power up in the game once again. They will emerge out of the wall, those Monty Moles, anytime you get near them. And they move in a pretty funny way as well, this little waddling animation that got going. And you see that berry in the background? That's right. It's our favorite Mario character. The Yosh Tax Evader is back. And this is not the last level we see the Yosh either. So don't miss him just yet. Alright, but Monty are pretty fun enemies in this game. Even with just the really funny waddling animations. Alright, that's 2 of them. This is another level I definitely remember playing a lot with my little sister back in the day. Since she, again, as I stated before, she really did like this level quite a bit. Alright, we have ourselves a peace switch over here. Get ourselves some of those extra blue coins. I almost called them purple coins. This ain't no Mario Galaxy. Oh, I guess I'm missing that one. No big deal. You don't get much of a price in these anyways. Alright, they're all out there. And another thing here is, like a certain Fire Emblem character once said, let's tip the scales. Because, yeah, most of this level is those scales in the air as well. If I remember correctly, there's something special down here. Okay, nothing special. I guess except for a berry. And if I remember correctly, there's a certain special warp pipe over here, too. Alright, 5 gives us the 1-up that we totally need. Alright, let's see him. I think there's a secret down there, but I don't want to potentially fall down there and risk it. Alright, one thing about these scales, if you stand on them for too long, or an enemy stands on them for too long, they'll go downward and actually fall off. If I remember correctly, I think that secret was down here. Alright, everybody say goodbye to Yoshi for now. Actually, wait. Oh, we don't have to say goodbye to him. Because here's our little secret, and then a star coin happens to be hiding down here. However, we can use that POW block. Let's get off Yoshi for a sec. Sorry, Yoshi, you might want to cover your ears. Throw this POW block right over here, and that star coin, as well as many other coins, will fall down for us to grab. That was the second star coin in the level, though. So let's go find what the first one was. Also, I think you could see Yoshi's shoes clipping through the floor there. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I think I'll just find that one off screen. I know, very fun answer of me to say. I deserve that, don't I? No. Oh, I'm a terrible Yoshi player. I let him die. Everybody type you suck with Yoshi in the comments, please. I deserve to be made fun of for that. But thankfully, we have a yellow Yoshi. Not the best Yoshi color, but it'll have to do. Alright, use our flutter jumping with Yoshi. Guess I have to abandon him. Sorry, Yoshi. I'm a terrible Yoshi trader. I'm terrible. But at least we got the third star coin of the level. This level I always ended up, like, when playing with my little sister back in the day, I always ended up missing that first star coin, and I guess that's being reflected here. Alright, and we finished the level.
Oh yeah, Mario time. Yeah.
Alright, that gives us access to a Toad House, as well as a dungeon level once again. Alright, let's do it. Get a few extra... Wait, do I really need this? I just wasted this one-up house. I can't exit, can I? Oh, yes I can. You know what? Let's save this for later. In case I need any extra lives. Either that or I'll just go do it off screen. You guys have already seen this little minigame. Alright, now I'm gonna go over here to where the bullet bills are. Because, just like the previous worlds, the enemies of this world are bullet bills. You can run right into one right there. And for some reason, its little excited animation is pulsating up and down like that. It's weird. But anyways, there are all those Toad coins in the air. I don't know how a bunch of bullet bills kidnapped Toad and threw him in a chest. Maybe it wasn't them that did it. Bowser likely just appointed these bullet bills to guard them, but otherwise. Probably not the best guards for this, I think. But whatever. Maybe they should get their pals Missile Megs to do that. Oh wait, Missile Meg doesn't exist yet. But now we can get a few extra mushrooms to use in any future levels. Alright, now that'll allow Mario to move back up. And now let's go climb in the mountain, everyone. And now let's fight Morton O Koopa. Alright, this here level is another vertical scroller. No, not a magic scroller, but still. There also happens to be, let's just say a giant metal dildo in the middle of the screen. I know, it's called a skewer, I just wanted to call it that for fun. Now, if this were my old self, and when I was doing my Xenoblade 3 playthrough, I'd say, dang it, now I gotta censor the middle of the screen, but I don't need to do that. It's a bit of a overrated joke anyways. Alright, I don't want to accidentally get that ice flower, so I'm gonna try to fly over it once this goes back down. Since that's pretty much the main gimmick at this level, just trying to avoid that. Bring inside the level over here. Let's fly up here, just to not get caught in that. Let's fly over here. Alright, we can even stay on these vertical platforms. Thankfully, they go all the way to the side of the level. I'm gonna go to the other side of this room right over here, because if I remember correctly, I think there was something secret here. I guess not. And there are those little cubes that we saw back in World 5 Castle. Thankfully, we know how to use those. But at the same time, do we really need them? Probably not. Maybe we do. Alright, it seems like we're relatively close to the midpoint of this level. Because there's not one, but two giant metal dildos in the middle of the stage, and you'll see it right there. Alright, get the star coin sitting over here. If you're good with wall climbing, you could get that without the propeller mushroom. Best to do it with one, though. Alright, no need to grab the red coins. It's just best to skip our way through here. Now, and this tier level has another interesting gimmick. You see those warp pipes above us? Those can rocket us across the stage. If you're feeling reckless, you can do that. And here is what it looks like, though it takes forever to do, and it's really annoying in my opinion. Like, I really wish to have played that a little faster. Now go over here. Right before the giant dildos come back again. Alright, keep walking this way until that disappears. Alright, and we got ourselves a star coin, not bad. Oh boy! Keep going this way. See if we can spin our way to stall a little bit of time. Alright, get out of the way of that. Alright, we did get the third star coin for the level. And I guess there's a little warp pipe. I don't remember that being there. Interesting. Too bad it probably doesn't really lead anywhere. Well, it has to serve some sort of purpose if it's sitting there, but not gonna lie, I don't remember what. Maybe it's one of the few secrets in this game I never discovered myself. But anyways, we're up against Morton Koopa, and just like Roy Koopa, he can do a ground pounding attack as well. And now there's also more metal dildos or skewers if you're a normal person, but I'm not. Alright. So those happen to be on the side of the screen to kind of give you less room to maneuver when you're spinning like that. Go over spin 3 times, that's okay. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. That's not fair. But anyways, down you go, Morton O Koopa. He also has a ground pounding attack, as you saw there, just like Roy does. Throwing around his weight, if you will. But anyways, he'll jump all the way. That was also a pretty slow jump, Morton. You might want to lose a little weight, buddy. Alright, and you know what's a little funny? Of all the Koopaling jumping animations that we see throughout the game, for the 7 of them, Morton's takes the most jumps with 5. I mean, he is going uphill. Maybe that's his exercise for the day. Cut him a little slack, I guess, though he should still lose some weight. Alright, but that grants us access to 6-5 as well as a nice little Toad house. And, oh, Toad's in trouble. Sorry, Toad, you're gonna have to deal with that on your own, buddy. Alright, so in the next episode, we will deal with stage 6-5 over here. You might be wondering why I opened that up real fast. Just do that so Mario turns vertically this way. But anyways, that will be it for this edition of New Super Mario Bros. Wii playthrough. If you all enjoyed this and you want to see more, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow. Hit one of the videos on screen off on YouTube and that bell button for more. And consider answering the question of the day. What's your favorite mountain-based level in a Mario game? 2D, 3D, platformer, spin-off game, whichever. And why? Let us know in the comments below. And finally, consider becoming a YouTube member for $3 a month and a subscriber for $6 a month for wonderful bonuses, such as an ad-free experience. Anyways, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and have a berrific day.